From the Blue Bay Commerce Center, it's Morning News Now. For Wednesday, April 12th, 2017, 41 degrees with cloudy skies. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Storm Hartman. Ryan is off. Top stories: 2 sheriff deputies were honored yesterday for saving a life, and NASA is selling chunks of its Earth. But first,
a fire at the Chautauqua Mall early Wednesday morning drew quite a response from Lakewood volunteers. We do not have a lot of information on the blaze, as mall officials requested we stay off their property. Cindy Johnson, the marketing director for the mall, telling us that the fire started in some sort of mechanical unit on the roof. We reached out to Lakewood fire officials for more details, and as of 10 this morning, they have no comment on the blaze.
2 Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputies were honored Tuesday with the New York State's highest recognition, Liberty Medals. The quick actions of Deputy Jason Beekner and Deputy Christopher Howlett helped save the life of a 28-year-old man involved in a motorcycle accident on Route 83 in November. Deputy Beekner spoke at the ceremony yesterday.
What we did couldn't have been accomplished if it wasn't for the friends and family that were with him that day. They did their best with the limited means they had to prevent any blood loss and more so to stand by his side. They stayed with him, encouraged him, and did the best they could with what they had. It's an honor and a privilege to work for the Sheriff's Office alongside some of the best and the bravest men and women in this county, and if not the state or the world.
When the deputies arrived on scene, they started first aid as the motorcyclist was losing a massive amount of blood from a leg wound. Sheriff Joseph Gerasi is in the process of implementing an EMT program with the hopes to have every police officer county-wide trained. This would help increase ambulance response time in rural areas.
A Silver Creek man faces harassment charges after allegedly threatening someone in the town of Hanover. 30-year-old Brian Stoll was reportedly acting disorderly at an Allegheny Road residence Wednesday night. Police say he threatened a victim and damaged property. He was arrested and charged with harassment and criminal mischief. Stoll is in jail in lieu of bail.
Next on Morning News Now, new airstrikes have reportedly hit a Syrian town where chemical weapons killed dozens of civilians earlier this week.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Welcome back. Activists say new airstrikes in Syria have hit the same town in which dozens of civilians were killed earlier this week. Meanwhile, Andrew Spencer reports the Syrian air base hit a U.S. missile strike is apparently back online.
In the aftermath of the U.S. missile strike, Russia and Syria are making it clear the Syrian air base is back in operation. But military experts say the strike was not meant to take the base out completely.
We were trying to send a message and take out some of the airplanes we believed were involved, but knowing full well we were not going to be able to shut down operations at this airbase. I mean, it wasn't just a few hours after the strike. The Syrian television was already showing aircraft taking off from that base.
Indeed, a reporter for Russian state-run media posted this video showing a jet taxiing purportedly at that airbase with the caption, "Return to work at Shirat." Syrian state-run media also released video of military officials touring the base. Meanwhile, well north of the base, activists say the same town that was targeted by a chemical attack on Tuesday started getting hit by a series of airstrikes less than 24 hours after the U.S. operation, though it's not clear who conducted the most recent strikes. While the Russian government continues to deny the Syrian regime had any involvement in Tuesday's chemical strike, Senator Rand Paul, who has been critical of the president's decision, says U.S. officials are convinced.
I can't go into the details of anything from the intelligence briefing, but what I can say is that our government, our intelligence communities, our military is convinced that the Syrian government was involved with the chemical attack.
Otherwise mostly quiet this weekend, President Donald Trump tweeted his congratulations to the military on the strike in Syria. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is calling on White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer to be fired. In a statement, Pelosi said Spicer downplayed the horror of the Holocaust Tuesday by suggesting Nazi leader Adolf Hitler never used chemical weapons during World War II and that Hitler did not use poison gas on his own people. Spicer later apologized, saying that he was not trying to dismiss the Holocaust. But Pelosi says that's not enough, calling for Spicer to be fired and for President Trump to disavow his comments. Trump has not responded to Pelosi's call yet.
And Justin, NASA is gearing up for Earth Day by offering up sections of the planet to its website visitors. The space agency split the world into 64,000 pieces that it is adopting out as a part of an awareness campaign. Each piece is about 55 miles wide, but users don't get to pick their slices. They could get Midtown Manhattan or a chunk of the Arctic Ocean. NASA provides adopters with detailed scientific information on their slices of paradise gathered from instruments in space. People unhappy with their random assignments are also covered. They can explore NASA's world map and get the same data for any location. NASA's Worldview website gives visitors access to satellite images that are just a few hours old, and historic pictures from some locations go as far back as 30 years. So people can see how they have changed over time.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So we could see Jamestown 30 years ago, and I guess it's almost like kind of buying a star.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, it'd probably be a nice romantic gesture. Get a little bit of the Arctic Ocean into your first day.
Yeah, or Midtown Manhattan, where better than Warren Buffett, right? Well, we return tomorrow with another edition of Morning News Now. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on social media at WNY News Now. That's where coverage comes first.